Hello, my peoples. Mr. Ryan here, the yinz your therapist, interrupting your doom scrolling, hopefully occupying a moment of your time to promote that mental health awareness, that soothing of the soul, that self-care deliciousness that we all need to focus in a little bit more on, right? The world is hurting, it's broken. The best thing that we can do is insulate ourselves, protect ourselves, work as hard as we can to make our corner of this world sparkle as much as you can. So what we're here today, if this video has found you on the tendrils of the universal plan, this is my attempt at another Mindful Monday kind of online series, right? Where every Monday I hope to get on in some sort of consistency, regularity, to create an online group meeting every Monday. I haven't really figured out exactly when, or how yet, but just to try to help people find their footing, find their grounding, to be able to start off the week the right way, the way that you, in a positive fashion, right? There's a lot of Monday haters out there, right? People that are bitching and complaining and crying about Mondays. It's just the start of the week, man. It's just a transition point. Let's not hate a transition point, right? Let's not hate on something that we're going to have to experience and go through each and every week. Let's find a way to do it better, to be healthier, happier, to adjust better with it, right? That's what we're after. So my hope is that this Mindful Monday meetup virtually can grow and build, because we do have a wonderful in-person event. This is the Relax and Dream Mindful Monday. Sorry, I love it. It's got a lot of alliteration and it always messes me up. So we have the second installment of the monthly Monday Mindful Meetup this upcoming Monday, March 30th. We will be at Saging Space in New Kent at 7 p.m. Spots are limited. We can only hold about 15 people comfortably in that room. So please look at the comments, look at the links, check it out. You can RSVP ahead of time. I will promise to let people know if we end up with a low ticket warning. I'll be checking with Jess from Staging Space here to make sure we don't get overbooked or anything if that becomes a problem. Right now it's not. But please, if you're thinking about coming out, please RSVP. Let us know who's coming out. And that's kind of the thing, is what we're going to do there, right? Meet and greet, talk mental health, demonstrate coping skills, kind of a quasi-group therapy kind of vibe. That's what I want to do there on that monthly basis in person, right? And then my hope is on the other Mondays of the month that we can at least check in virtually, right? We can at least check in and make these kinds of videos and just see where people are at, see what kind of Monday they're having, right? See how it's going for them. We'll see. The challenge so far is my own schedule, right? Last week I tried just to record a few different clips during the day when I had chances in between clients and sessions and that. And then at the end of the day, I kind of put them together and upload it, kind of a Monday evening kind of thing, right? I don't think I ended up posting anything till last Tuesday, just because of the way my schedule worked. And then today, same kind of thing. Woke up like, I'm going to do this. And then my kid couldn't find her glasses, so we got to clean underneath the bed. And I was like, okay, well, then I'll come home and do this. And then that didn't happen because I had it in a session. Then I had to go to the borough building. And, just craziness that is my life with all the different hats that I wear, all the different responsibilities that I have. It just didn't work out today on any kind of regularly scheduled programming. So here I am at the end of my day, still showing up, still recording something. Still trying to, stay true to my word, right? Consistency is key. Showing up and sustaining that effort is key, right? Especially with ADHD brain, right? It's really easy to have a hyperfixation. It's really easy to get centered and focused in on something and want to do just that. It's important to find ways to kind of break it up and do other things and this and that, right? So I want to stick with this. I just attended a podcast meetup yesterday Podoti. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but it's Poduty. They have an amazing podcast arena venue set up in Toronto. And there was a Mark Ryland, I forget the guy's name. I apologize. The Mark guy, I'm more familiar with Jeff and his Podoti place because I was kind of looking at that venue. Anyhow, that's how I found out about this meetup. Mark's the other guy that's doing the same kind of thing on a different side. And I kind of brought the two houses together. It was a very inspiring meeting. It very much gave me a lot of great information about being a beginning podcaster, being in the early stages of content creation. Definitely gave me a lot of tips and tricks on different things to up the level, up the game plan. Just keep doing more and being more, right? To keep finding ways to show up and do things and get my content out there bigger and better, right? Because that's the name of the game, right? Over the last 15 years working in mental health, over the last 6 years in private practice, I've really developed a way of doing things, so to speak, a way of relating to clients, a way of presenting to clients, talking with clients, working with clients, really helping clients through some of the toughest, worstest, just most downright horriblest moments of their lives, right? And I've been able to do that very successfully. My caseload is very, very full. It's why I'm trying to onboard therapists. It's why I'm doing things like this. It's because there's only so many people I'm going to be able to fit on my caseload. There's only so many people that are going to be able to come into my therapy office or join me in my Zoom room. There's such a limited capacity to that. But if I'm really doing this good of a job, if I really have been able to figure out some of these secrets of the universe and how to really help people help themselves, right? How to help people better themselves, how to help people better their own station in life, how to eliminate the limiting beliefs, how to get rid of those glass ceilings they've installed in their own brains, right? How to really help people live and live life the way they want to live it. Then I can, if I've got that going down in my office, right? Well, then how can I translate that to a higher stage? How can I take that to a bigger, wider audience, right? That's the goal here. So it seems like it's happening, right? The things are happening. It's moving forward. So this isn't, the Mindfulness Power Hour, which will be returning this Thursday. Stay tuned for those updates and that promotion. That is my video log. That is the segment that I'm going to talk more about all this. This is Mindful Mornings. This is Mindful Monday Meetup. This is where we're supposed to be sticking more to the coping skills and talking mental health. I'm just so excited for this podcasting venture, for being brave, right? That podcasting meetup yesterday, I almost bailed on it 3 or 4 different times. In fact, I was so not sure about it. I showed up late, about an hour late, because I kind of misread what it was about. And it was so informative, so knowledgeable. I absolutely cannot wait for the next one. And I am not only going to make it a priority for me to go, I'm going to promote it and put it out there and ask anybody that's even thinking about starting podcasting to come out with me. Just the knowledge, the warmth, the acceptance, it was incredible. And to push through that anxiety, having to go there, show up, be around a bunch of people I don't know. I showed up late, so I thought I missed all the introductions and stuff, and I was cool. And then, they went around the other side of the room, and all of a sudden, hey, you showed up late. Well, you want to say something? But of course, I have lots to say, so I had to take that moment to speak up and say something, give my spiel. Meeting with somebody this Wednesday already from that podcasting group to try to help up the ante on things. Working with the Poduty, P-O-D-U-T-Y, Call of Duty guy, to get some shows booked. So I guess in terms of the scope of this mindful morning, right? These mindful Mondays, what I'm saying is peoples. Dream big, man. Chase it. Embrace the discomfort. One of the themes that I've been wrestling with a lot lately is, are you unsafe or are you uncomfortable? right? Because unsafe is one thing, right? We don't want to be unsafe. We don't want to put ourselves in danger and take unnecessary risks. But what about uncomfortable? Going to that podcast meeting yesterday was uncomfortable for several different reasons. It triggered my social anxiety on several different planes of existence, right? It really, really did. So it wasn't a thrill, but I pushed through and I got to where it paid off. I got numbers, I got collaboration, I got this, I got that. It really worked out. It really did good things for me. I was really excited about it, right? In the end, really glad I went. Can't wait to go back. Really got my mojo working. All these, it was just really good for me. So I hope, in terms of starting our week off correctly, right? In terms of building up that positive energy and trying to carry it through the week, I hope all yins out there, find that ability to embrace your discomfort, find that a way to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, right? And the other theme that I thought was great that they talked about at this meeting yesterday, that I think really sums up everything that I'm doing here tonight, was come out of hiding, right? That if you really believe in what you do, if you really believe in what you have to say, and you really believe that the world would be a better place if other people heard what you had to say, right? Then say it loud, say it proud, find a way to put your message out there, right? To really do something with it, to not just sit on your laurels and what if this and dream that, and really take that action to make it a reality, right? Come out of hiding. To me, that was it felt like a real call to action. I absolutely do believe in my philosophies and beliefs on life and how people should live. I absolutely do believe that I have figured out how the brain does the things it does, what it does, the things it does for, what causes the ripple effect sometimes, right? The sequence of events, the order of operations. I firmly believe I've discovered a way of doing therapy that really helps people and empowers people. Really helps people turn their lives around, right? And I've had people that have had, no chance of getting a driver's license end up getting their driver's license. People that had, everybody thought they were never going to graduate high school, right? I've had those kinds of turnarounds. So I definitely believe in this, right? And I hope that yinz guys are able to find things that you believe in. You're able to find ways to push through that discomfort, to chase those dreams, to take action, to make life better, right? To be able to focus on the next right choice and keep going from there, right? Yeah. So I don't know exactly what I had planned earlier. Well, one of them was the idea that we're gonna do a sound bath, because part of the things I got yesterday was a new recorder thing. Maybe lead a minute. I had all kinds of things kind of sketched out, but I never really got a chance to sit down and plan for it. I was wrapping up my day here, and I realized I hadn't done it yet. I hadn't had my Mindful Monday moment yet. And I want to be a man of my word, right? If I say I'm going to show up and do something, I want to do it. If I say I'm going to record something, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to lead a group, I'm going to conduct a workshop, accept a booking, right? I'm going to do it, right? And that's where I'm hoping, with working with these new people, these new different groups, new projects, getting all that new information, that we'll be able to take what we're doing here, what we're building here, to a larger, bigger, better audience, right? And one of the ways for me to do that is to keep showing up for myself, right? To do lives, to do this, to do that, to be here on a consistent basis. So that's the goal, right? That's the point of today's mindful moment, is to take that moment to check in on myself, on my goals, and what am I doing to accomplish those goals? What am I doing to move things forward, right? So instead of wrapping up here and rushing home real quick, it didn't happen, my schedule changed, I'll worry about it. No, I sat down here tonight. I took 15 or so minutes of my time to sit here and talk to yinz guys out there, to remind yinz guys to take that time in for yourself, to take those mindful moments, right? To take those deep breaths, to check in with your senses, to count to 100, to do your brain humming, to do your tapping, right? To do your things, to access that mindfulness. And for myself, gave me a 15 minutes to pause, to reflect, to think, to take a time out from the rest of the world, to blockade ourselves, to distract ourselves from all the doom and gloom out there, right? And as the unofficial leader of the Second Church of Agnostic Hope and Wonder, where we hope for a better tomorrow while wondering what the fuck is going on right now, giving and inspiring people is part of the game, right? Helping people help themselves is part of the game, right? And that's what we're here for. The right people at the right time can change the world. Let's be those people. How about it? How about it? So please, please, please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, do all those things, right? Let everybody know that I'm here. I'm a licensed professional therapist that's grief and trauma certified, trying to teach any and everybody that's willing to listen to me about mental health, about coping skills, about the importance of finding mindfulness in their day. Share it, comment it, like it, follow it, do the things. Let's build this awesome mental health community together. Let's work hard to change this broken world, to make it sparkle once again. Thank you, guys. I'm Mr. Ryan. Until next time. Peace.